So you're asking, could it constitutionally be done? We can ask our constitutionalist here. Some people have said we ought to close Guantanamo. My view is we ought to double Guantanamo.
I think secret military prisons, keeping people there for years and years without due process, is not a characteristic of a republic that believes in freedom. It is just not the process. It's more typical of an authoritarian government to have secret prisons. We do not need secret prisons, nor do we need the torture that goes on in these secret military prisons.
I like being able to fire people who provide services to me.
Absolutely. What we did in Massachusetts was right for Massachusetts. I've said that time and time again. The people of the state continue to support it by about 3 to 1. It's also designed for Massachusetts, not for the nation. And at the time our bill was passed, and that was brought forward as an issue, there were people who said, is this something you'd like to have the entire nation do? I said no.
And therefore, the right way to proceed is to reform health care. That we can do as we did it in Massachusetts, as Wyden Bennett is proposing doing it at the national level. We can do it for the nation. We can get everybody insured.
Rick, I'm speaking. Would you please wait? Are you just going to keep talking? Yes, or are you going to let me finish with what I have to say?
But, no.
Never vote for a debt ceiling.
Please don't interrupt me.
But look, I'm not going to spend my time going after Ben Bernanke. I'm not going to take my effort and focus on the Federal Reserve.
I think there's no doubt that the Federal Reserve is immoral, it's unconstitutional, and it's a disaster, and we don't need it.
Should the chairman of the Federal Reserve be appointed again?
I think he's doing a good job.
You do?
Yes, I do. And I think it's important to have the Fed as an independent agency. I do not think you want to have the Congress of the United States trying to pull strings at the Fed.
The Federal Reserve is given a responsibility to protect the value of the dollar. That's what stable prices are all about. But we don't even have a definition of a dollar. You know, we ask about the definition of a dollar and say, oh, it's whatever it's by. Well, every single day it buys less than the next day. And to me, it's sort of like building an economy and having economic planning like a builder had a yardstick that changed its value every single day. I mean, just think of the kind of a building we have.
What have you done to investigate the off-balance sheet transactions conducted by the Federal Reserve, which, according to Bloomberg, now total $9 trillion in the last 8 months?
I'll have to look specifically at that Bloomberg article. I'm not, I don't know if I have actually seen that particular one.
If you were President of the United States, would you need to go to Congress to get authorization to take military action against Iran's nuclear facilities?
You sit down with your attorneys and tell you what you have to do, but obviously the President of the United States has to do what's in the best interest of the United States to protect us.
Important. Congressman Paul, do you believe the President needs authorization from Congress to attack strategic targets in Iran, nuclear facilities?
Absolutely. This idea of going and talking to attorneys totally baffles me. Why don't we just open up the Constitution and read it? You're not allowed to go to war without a declaration of war. Now, as far as fleeting enemies go, yes, if there's an imminent attack on us, we've never had that happen in 220 years. The thought that the Iranians could pose an imminent attack on the United States is preposterous. There's no way. This is just this is just war propaganda. Continued war propaganda.
There are a lot of reasons not to elect me.
What's your plan for tonight?
Tell me the truth.